Alright YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about 6 bulking mistakes that are killing your gains. And if you want to make the most out of your bulk, then definitely stay tuned for all 6 of these reasons. Let's go. Alright, now mistake number 1 is going to be trying to restrict your foods. For example, let's say you do keto. It's going to be very hard to stick to a diet that excludes certain foods that you would otherwise eat. Another thing for me personally, intermittent fasting. This is something that I did religiously, like every day, even when I was bulking, but it was kind of hard for me to gain weight because I wasn't eating as often. So if you're doing any kind of keto, intermittent fasting, or any kind of specific diets that kind of exclude certain foods, whether they be eggs or animal products, whatever that may be. If you can eat those foods that you enjoy, foods that you could eat often, then it'll be definitely a lot better if you are able to eat those. So that's going to be mistake number 1. Alright, now mistake number 2 is going to be going on a dirty bulk. Trust me, it is not worth going on a dirty bulk. I was very early on, before I started working out, I was really skinny fat. So I wanted to get big and strong, so I started eating a ton of food, pizzas, desserts, pretty much anything that I could eat. And I did get stronger, but I did put on a lot of fat. This made me have to go on an extremely long cut, over 6 months worth of cutting, and that kind of ruined my last bulk that I was doing. So definitely do not go on a dirty bulk. It's better just to eat in a slight surplus than putting on a ton of weight, because majority of that weight is going to come from fat, and our goal is to put on as much muscle without putting on as much fat. It'll just save you time and it'll be a lot more efficient. So that's going to be mistake number 2, is going on a dirty bulk. Alright, now mistake number 3 is going to be not committing to the bulk. Similar to dieting, some people may have issues or struggle with actually eating a lot of food, but when you're bulking, you're gonna have to eat more than you normally do to maintain your weight. So right now, if you're currently eating, and you're just maintaining your weight because you stop eating when you get full, then you're gonna have to eat more than that, either add in another meal or just have bigger meal sizes, and eventually you'll get used to it, right? And your body will just get adjusted to it. But you have to do it over a long period of time to get those gains, and get in a caloric surplus, so your bulk goes better and you're actually putting on muscle size, and actually getting stronger instead of just maintaining your weight, which can be good, but it'll just take a lot longer to put on as much muscle, and it just won't be as effective if you're actually going on a bulk. But now if you're like main gaining, for the summertime, that's a little different. You want to stay shredded, you want to stay lean. But for the bulk, it's okay to add weight and get stronger, because that is the goal of the bulk. So make sure you stay committed to it. Alright, now the 4th mistake that you could be possibly making on your bulking phase is not eating enough protein. Okay, when people bulk, they start to eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of snacks, chips, cookies, pastas, breads, whole grains, all kinds of carbs, and maybe a lot of fats too, because they're not really restricting themselves to a caloric number. They're just trying to eat more than what they usually do to gain weight. But not eating enough protein can be a hindrance, whether cutting, bulking, or anything. It's very important if you are trying to build muscle, because in order to build muscle, you need protein to feed your muscles so they can grow, especially if you're breaking them down in the gym. That's what protein does, helps maintain and repair your muscles. So definitely make sure you're eating enough protein. But for most people, if you're eating a lot of food and you're kind of incorporating protein into your meals, then it shouldn't be a problem. But make sure you are actually eating enough protein and not just focusing on carbs and fats. Alright, now mistake number 5 that I think almost everyone goes through when they're about to start a bulk is losing their abs. This is very common and very important to talk about, because everybody wants their six-pack, everybody wants to stay shredded, but as you go on a bulk, you are going to lose your abs, but it's perfectly fine and perfectly normal, because as you increase your weight, your abs are not going to be as defined, which is perfectly fine. Do not worry about it. Your abs are not going to disappear forever. This is the time you actually strengthen your abs. You're gonna have more calories, so more energy for the gym. So during this time, you can actually strengthen your core, as well as your overall physique. So do not be worried about losing your abs. It's only temporarily, and it's for the greater good of your gain. So make sure to not stress too much about losing your abs, because it's going to be perfectly okay at the end of the day. All right, now the sixth and final bulking mistake that you are making is you are eating too slow. Eating too slow is a thing, and the reason why this is a bulking mistake is because when you are eating slow, you're giving your body more time to digest the food and let it settle down. Once the food settles down, it'll signal to your brain that you are full and you do not need to eat anymore. And the reason why this happens is maybe because you're talking to somebody on the phone when you're eating, you're watching Netflix, or you're watching YouTube, or let's say you're even going out on a date, right? You're doing a lot of talking. You don't really finish your meals. So the best thing to do if you have a struggle with eating a lot of food is just try to eat a little faster. Now I'm not saying you have to eat like a competition eater, those guys who eat those hot dogs in like 5 seconds, 3 seconds, but just speed up the pace if you have a problem with this, and it's going to allow you to actually finish your meals instead of throwing it away in the trash can, or saving it for later, right? So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you are bulking right now, drop it down below in the comments. I want to see everybody who's bulking, getting those gains, and everything like that. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, drop any comments or questions down below, and subscribe if you made it to the end, because I will be making more fitness related content. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.